it's not all the time that you find the Minister of Sports Development attending the unveiling of a coach for any of our sports. When I say any of our sports, I'm trying to underscore the fact that we have at least 40 different other sports and we are still counting. And all these 40 different sports at different points in time also appoint their sports coaches. So it's not all the time you find the Minister of Sports Development in attendance, but the unveiling of the senior national team coach for football, the Honorable Minister of Sports has to be in attendance. We have to find a way to continue to carry in everything that we do the popular sentiments of our countrymen and women. And the popular sentiments of our countrymen and women is the kind of love for football that pervades everywhere. Having said so, it's a very small ceremony, but very symbolic and very momentous. Symbolic and momentous. I mean, it's, I was just discussing with the president of NFF, and I find out that this will be about the first time in several years ago where the senior national team football coach is unveiled in a formal ceremony of this nature. And I need to thank and praise the leadership of the NFF for making this to happen. Let me also say and underscore the boldness in appointing an indigenous coach for the, Super Eagles. As an individual, I've always recounted to people, and I said, each time Nigeria takes part in AFCON, any country I find an indigenous coach sitting in their bench, I always remain very proud. And I'm glad that we have an opportunity today to have a Nigerian coach, Coach Finidi George, as senior men's national team coach. So I thank the initiative that has brought this to happen. And you can see the twist of history. Several years ago, as a university student in the University of Calabar, every Saturday, I'll go to the UJ Sune Stadium to watch Calabar Rovers play, and therefore to watch Finidi George play as a player of the Rovers of Calabar. Today I find myself sitting here and watching his unveiling as the coach of the Super Eagles. That's quite tremendous. And I'm glad that the football community in Nigeria received the appointment of Finidi George quite joyously. I'm glad at the level of calmness that greeted the appointment of Finidi George. When you take a good decision, you find the reaction very calm. In spite of the kind of things that were thrown up in the media, I think the announcement, a decision had to be taken. And I'm glad that that decision was well received. I find, and I need to join the president to also make this clarion call, that Finidi George requires the support and the cooperation of everyone. If you love Nigeria and you love Nigerian football, you must love and support the choice of Finidi George. Being the senior men's national team coach is no easy position. It's just no easy position. When you are appointed the coach of the Super Eagles, you are appointed to be in charge of Nigerian football. There's a lot that should happen. And I think that is almost next to being the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria because of how impactful that role will be. So all of us should have him in our prayers. He has a responsibility to bring back the liveliness and the happiness and the excitement of Nigerians. All of this is in his hands. You heard the president talk about the interest in Nigerian football by foreign coaches, which was determined in terms of the number that actually applied for this job. So interest in our football is on the ascendancy. If at no other time, at the time when we have President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president of our country, who started with so much support for football, we cannot afford to let him down. Every step we take must be a step that is driven by the concern and the determination not to disappoint him and not to disappoint Nigerians. I congratulate Finidi George. He has the best wishes of the Ministry of Sports Development and all sports-loving Nigerian men and women. And I have no doubt in my mind that he will take Nigerian football to a much greater level. So thank you all and congrats to everyone.
On the relationship with the players, I think it's going to be perfect. Henceforth, definitely you will not hear any controversy about my relationship with the players. So that will be perfect. Another thing that was asked was the money. I know money is good. But I think if you add value to what you're doing, the money definitely will come. So I'm not quite worried about any, even as much or more than what person was earning. You know, I think what I'm getting, I think is good enough for me at the moment. The moment I add value to what I'm going to do, I think the money will come. It's going to be, I think the Honorable Minister and the NFF will definitely call me and say, Coach, how much do you want? So for me it's all about work, and add value. So long as the team is going to win, money is going to come, definitely. Selection of players, you have to be playing in your club, and you must have that commitment. We all said here, or we all said the pledge, and I think that is, for me as a coach, that is what I'm going to do. For me, Nigeria is first, because I've been out of this country and I know the treatment you get outside of this country, so I put Nigeria first. And that is the same commitment and loyalty that we want from each and every player that is invited. And if you can do that, we're good to go. Another question was pressure. Gentlemen, in life, you cannot be afraid. As you see me, I'm a quiet person, but I'm not afraid of anything. The worst you can get in football is not getting the result. The best you can get is winning all the time. And I will try my best to make sure that the team functions properly and we start winning games. So pressure, I don't think I have it. I have that tough skin, and I would just want to plead with you guys, the media. We will need your support. We will need your support, please. I know this is not an easy job for anybody, but if we work together, I think we can achieve. The last one is targets. Of course, if you guys are not fortunate to see the contract, but I know what is in here is boldly written what the NFF wants and Nigeria in general. But for me personally, I want to do, my first target is to make sure that we're in line to qualify for the World Cup, and AFCON qualifiers definitely will be coming up soon. But the major step for me, or target for me, is these 2 games that we have. And if we can win, we'll do everything to win against South Africa and Benin Republic. Once we do that, I think we'll set the tone and we'll take it from there. I think that is all the questions.